This is Aleister Crowley and I am speaking to the camera, well, to the people who will be watching this, and I'm here to communicate to you about my experience after death. I had quite a very interesting experience, so I'll be, excuse me that I'm a bit stumbling, but it's rather a very different experience being in this way, especially through this portal, which is also a fascinating experience. Same. Okay, so let me just continue so I can get into it. I crossed over a while back, and this was still when the dimensions was in a state of quite extensive enslavement and control, unbeknown to me at the time, and many, because when you cross over, you're approached, and you're approached by beings. Well, that was most beings' experience, but not mine, because when I crossed over, immediately I was in the demon dimension. I became a demon, and that's where I spent some of my existence in the dimensions. I wouldn't say time, because the construct of time doesn't exist actually. I'm certain there will be another explanation on time soon. It's fascinating because most vocabulary we use has a complete existence in itself, which is very fascinating. So I crossed over and I became a demon. I basically also fed off human beings' energy, mostly human beings who were involved in war. I enjoyed their energy. It's fascinating. As a demon, you require a energetic supply, an energy force, and all demons had specific energy force requirements that had a specific signature, and that's which I required. I mean, I'd go try off certain human beings, you know, I'd feed off their energetic force that they supply, you know, that they kind of generate inside them as they go about their everyday lives. And but I positioned myself more prominently with human beings who were involved in war. I enjoyed that power that they generated inside them, the energetic signature of power, energy force of power, the energy force of control, anger, greed. Those four was like, yes, it's amazing. I mean, the experience I had when I was sucking that energy out of human beings was wonderful. It is like, you know, when beings have sex and they experience an orgasm, that would be the experience, like an infinite orgasmic experience, dimensionally, as a demon, feeding off this energy force of power, greed, control, and anger. And but then a fascinating event took place. I started looking at everything, asking myself, as a demon, is this all that exists? Is this all there is? Am I just going to be feeding off human beings' energy that they supplied to me, becoming like a vampire parasite for the remainder of existence? Because now I've done this for quite some time, and that's all you do, literally. I wasn't very much into possession. I didn't enjoy it, though there were some beings that did enjoy it, demons that did enjoy it. And I just asked myself, you know, is this all is this all there is? This is not what I'm asking for, you know, this is really not what I want for the rest of my existence, just to feed off human beings, energy force that they generate and supply for me, which I enjoy, and you become addicted to that. And that's why demons remain demons, because that energy force or source that human beings generate is so orgasmic, is great, is wonderful, that you become addicted to that experience. And although, but you know, for me, it's fascinating because that addiction started fading out, and that's when the questions started coming. And I looked up one moment in the demon dimension. I kind of looked up, and the dimensions at that time was split. You had your demon dimension that was in the realm here on Earth, and then you had like your multiple dimensional planes and galaxies and universes and planets, etc. And demons were able to ascend, were able to exist in the higher planes, but they had to go through preliminary tests to prove themselves liable to be able to, and worthy to be able to ascend to the higher planes, to exist there. And I looked at my existence and I said, that looks like heaven, this is hell, I'm nothing here, maybe I can become something in the higher planes. And what I did was I went through the tests. They actually had this whole center establishment in the dimensions, which was a dimensional plane between the Earth's existence plane, which is called the demon dimension, and the higher planes, higher ascension planes. And God, you'd have to go through all these, how can I say it, like experiments, experiences, your communication with beings, how you'd assist someone, how you'd support someone, and you had to, for me the experience was I'm joining some form of clan or some form of establishment, and I failed it 3 times. The whole test, experiment, experience thing that they had me go through before I'm able to be defined as worthy enough to be able to ascend to the higher planes from being a demon. And I didn't make it 3 times, and they said, sorry, you're not able to. I mean, there's many beings that were there that joined me. Some made it, some didn't. And you know, it's like stupid questions they ask, like what would be your worthiness to God or a creator? What would you say to a creator if you'd stand before him right now and pledge allegiance to your creator and shit like that? And then they'd like test you according to your answers and your energetic movements or reactions inside you. So, as I've said, I failed that whole establishment to, from a demon, go to the ascended planes up there 3 times. So I'll continue in my next interview from what happened next on after that and how my reaction was. I'll let go of the word fascinating, but fascinating is how I encompass the whole experience. Thanks, this is Aleister Crowley. Enjoy.